Alright, something I've realized is that my arena videos, which I did as a way to try to grow the channel, really aren't getting any traction. Nobody seems to give a shit about what I do on arena. Which, given the decks I play, fair enough. Fair enough. Might still keep posting because it is easy. I like testing arena, testing out different concepts. I found some cards I want to use in EDH decks by first playing them, seeing them on arena. So it's a nice test bed. But let's get back to the real content. Let's get back to Commander with Aurelia. Something a few of you might have heard me talk about is the concept of Prague versus Ostruzna. So I live in Prague. And I meet some lads weekly. And we play, it's kind of casual. They play a lot of pre-con decks, slightly modified, heavily modified, just interesting things. So, an Austruzna, it's a bastard environment. They're not playing casual at all. They're playing fucking unapologetic combo and shit like that. So I've got my decks, and I'm so coalescing the idea, still coming to refine it. And basically what it is I have decks that can play in Prague, some of them can compete. They are on par, meaning they don't win all the time. For example, last night, Korvold failed to win twice. Horobi failed to win twice. Kestia failed to win once. So it proves those decks are on par for Prague. If they lose occasionally, then that means they're fine. If they lose in Prague, though, that means that they're not ready for Ostruzna. No way in hell. So today I'm looking at Aurelia. I've got this showing you the Fireman Commando. This is going into Aurelia. I'm not sure what I'm going to take out yet. 3 1 white, 4/3 flyer, Angelic Soldier. Whenever I attack 2 more creatures, I get to draw a card. Yay! Whenever another player attacks 2 more creatures, they draw a card if none of those creatures attack me. Good, kind of like Edric. So it's a political card, which I appreciate, and it's a card draw for me, which I appreciate. So what do I take out? So anyway, Aurelia is not for Ostruzna. She's not fast enough. She's not resilient enough. So she's a Prague deck, meaning I'm not really worried about pushing the power level of her. Not really worried about making her tuned or stronger, because she's not going to be good enough for Ostruzna. Just the way I play, the way I want to build her, the way I want to do things, I'm just not going to be able to do it. But in Prague, I can make it so she is more competitive, more on par. Alright, so what do I take out? Okay, well, Angel's Trumpet, it's not working the way I thought it would. So what I thought it would is, okay, give all creatures vigilance at the end of everybody's turn. Any creatures that didn't attack become tapped and deal 1 damage to each player for each creature that they tap this way. So I thought that would encourage everybody to attack, but it's not really working. For example, Cube, he's got a Grison Star deck that's all about 1 point of damage. It's 1 point of damage tribal. And all his creatures tap to do something. So if he's facing this, then what he'll do is, okay, before the end of my turn, I'll just tap my creatures and ping a bunch of things and ping you, and all of you take 1 point of damage, which Grison Star is in place. You take 3 points of damage. You're just making it so at the end of my turn, I burn you. So, not really sure. And then Genie, with his token decks, he's planning to attack anyway. So if he takes a couple points of damage for creatures not attacking, doesn't really matter. So I'm thinking of taking out Angel's Trumpet. But let me make sure there's nothing else that jumps out at me. Any creature that makes other creatures is definitely not coming out. I would like to lower the CMC or keep it equal, but probably not going to happen. Okay, this is in here mainly because of Grison Star. So if Cube is playing Grayson's Tarn and I can get Mark of Asylum down, yeah, go ahead and try to ping my creatures. Target them. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Because it prevents the damage. So if he has an effect that if a creature takes damage and the controller takes damage, I don't remember the name of the effect, but he's got something like that. If my creatures don't take damage, I don't either. Suck it. Elspeth, Sun's Champion. She's pretty high. There's 2 CMC 6 cards, Elspeth and Sun Titan, and then I have 1 CMC 7 card, Gisela, Blade of Gold Knight. I thought of taking this Elspeth out for Elspeth Knight Errant. Knight Errant, if I plus her enough, I give my creatures indestructible, but that doesn't prevent them from getting exiled. She destroys creatures and she makes soldiers, so I'm not keen on taking her out. It's looking like the Angel's Trumpet, because like I said, it's not doing what I wanted it to do. Oh, this guy's good. Haven't had him play yet, but he's going to be good. She's definitely effective. So when her player attacks with 3 or more creatures, you draw a card. So if I attack 3 more creatures, if I have Fireman, Commando, and Aurelia the Law Above out, I draw 2 cards for doing what I want to do. Attacking, smashing face. This guy's cool. This guy's real cool. He's funny because if even if I play 2 creatures, he's a 4/3 trampler. If I play 3 creatures, like Elspeth, if I have Elspeth Sun Champion, he's in play, I trigger her, I put 3 soldiers into play, he becomes an 8/3 trampler with haste. Smash your fucking face! Yeah, there's the Sun Titan. Getting all excited because I want to play Elspeth. I like this deck. I like this deck a lot. I used to have it, and then it became unplayable, uncompetitive in the environment I was in because it had ramped up due to various arms races into where she couldn't compete anymore. So when I realized Prague was a slower, more casual environment, I decided to rebuild Aurelia into the current form she is. And I used to have the original Guild Pact foil Aurelia, and I chose to buy this one, not just because it was cheaper financially. I sold that other Aurelia. I shouldn't have, but I did. But it's to indicate that the deck is different. The deck is different and updated and not what it used to be. Used to be, it was basically, it was a half-assed Voltron. I had a lot of equipment in there, and the idea was equip Aurelia, smash, have some other creatures smash with her. Now it's more about the other creatures. Oh, okay. So I've got 3 CMC6. I forgot about Inferno Titan. There's Gisela, Blade of Gold Knight. There's the Urbrask. I'm not really seeing anything. So it looks like my best bet is the Angel's Trumpet, because not only does it not really do anything, okay, it gives the creatures vigilance, but my opponents just work around it. I like the art though, and it's an old foil, but it just doesn't do anything. And Hell's Caretaker, realizing that is no longer playable, it's just too damn slow, showed me that I need to, do I want to use this sleeve? That's pretty good sleeve. That's the sleeve that I got it with on from my LGS, so it's probably a KMC sleeve, and it's coming out. So anyway, it showed me that I need to start letting go of pet cards that don't do anything. This is just not really going in there. So let's do this. There we go. Nice and neat, clean and elegant. So now I have something else that does something in Aurelia. Another smasher with an interesting effect. So that's the change to Aurelia. Let's put her back. And then we'll see if I can change Horobi. So Horobi is proving to be a bit slower than I thought. What if I put the Angel's Trumpet in Horobi? What if I did that? That'd be funny, but since I don't play a lot of creatures, he doesn't have many token generators, it's probably not going to work. So anyway, I have a new card that I want to play in Horobi. Got it last night, yesterday. Eradicator Valkyrie. So 4/3 lifelinker. Mainly the lifelink is relevant. There's a lot of things that make me pay life in Horobi, and I need more incremental life gain. The Boast, sacrifice creature when she attacks, make everybody else sacrifice a creature or planeswalker. The idea is, if Horobi is working, and say I have Cauldron of Souls out, Horobi and Cauldron of Souls are in play, and I kill everything by targeting all my opponent's creatures for persist with Cauldron of Souls. Let me show you what that is for those of you that don't know about it, because it's a fantastic card. It's a lot of fun. I really recommend it. Let's see if I can find it. Can I find it? Where is it? Got Horobi there. Nyx Lotus, Overseer. Where the hell is my Cauldron of Souls? Where is the cauldron? Where is the... What the hell? I passed it, didn't I? I passed it and I didn't even realize it. God damn it. I hate when I do stuff like this. Okay, it's an artifact, so I just have to look at the things that aren't black. That's not black, but it's not what I'm looking for. That's not black, not black. There it is. I passed it. Okay, Cauldron of Souls. Here's the combo. Cauldron of Souls, choose any number of target creatures. Each of those creatures gain persist until end of turn. Horobi, Death Whale. Whenever creature becomes a target of a spell or ability, kill it. So let's say I have Horobi in play, Cauldron of Souls. I kill all my opponent's creatures. And then, maybe they have something that's indestructible, they have something that's hexproof, they've got something I can't target. Well, if I got another creature, I can, and Eradicator Valkyrie is in play, then I can attack her with her, boast her, and they'll be forced to sacrifice that creature. Unless they have more than one hexproof or indestructible, then it's just like, yeah, I guess you're going to pick the worst one for me to die, aren't you? You're going to keep the better one. Yeah, bastard, yes, screw. So what do I take out for Eradicator Valkyrie? Now, it's kind of simple, and last night showed how simple it was because it didn't really work. Okay, Mask of Gristlebrand. This is fun. The idea, so yes, if Horobi is in play, I cannot equip because equipping targets the creature. But I won't always have Horobi in play. That is the idea. The way it actually is working is, yes, I don't always have Horobi in play, but I want him in play. I wanted him in play more than I thought I would. I thought I could lean on my other creatures and let Horobi hang out in the command zone for a bit longer, but it did not work that way. I started getting targeting effects, so I want Horobi out so I can kill things with the targeting effects. So this was in play and just sat there. And I didn't want to equip. I couldn't equip anything because the creature would just die. So this, in practice, does not... It could work if he's not on the field. But that's not what the deck is wanting to do. So I need to take this out because it forces me to try to do things the deck doesn't want to do. And I'll put in the Eradicator Valkyrie. Oh, that's rich. That's fantastic. So Aurelia dropped a 3 CMC artifact for a 4 CMC creature. Horobi is dropping a 3 CMC artifact for a 4 CMC creature. Neat. And does anybody else not feel like Eradicator Valkyrie is a mythic? She doesn't feel like a mythic to me. She feels more just like a standard rare. Okay, 4 mana for a 4/3 flyer with lifelink. Alright, well, that doesn't seem mythic. Hexproof from Planeswalkers, that's so fucking specific. That doesn't feel like it's mythic. And then the Boast, oh crap, there's uncommons with almost a similar ability. So how much does that matter, really? Let's take a look at Horobi, though, and see if there's anything else. Last night, one of the problems I had is I wasn't getting out enough creatures. I got out the Icy Manipulator. I had that in play. Didn't get... I got Hunter of Eyeblights out, but I wanted to cast him before Horobi got into play, because I needed a creature, and Horobi had already died once, so he cost 6, and I had 5. So he didn't really do anything. I want to keep him in, though, because he still can, if Horobi is not around, let's say Cube is playing Mothman, and I don't want to cast Horobi. If I have Hunter of Eyeblights out, I can kill fucking Mothman. I can just shoot his ass out of the sky. Tack, you're dead because you have a counter on you. Karn worked really well. I was really happy with Karn. Cube found out that equipment, that's a creature, cannot equip a creature. He hadn't really realized that before because it had never been relevant, and I made it relevant. I made his boss's collar a creature. He went to equip, and I said, no, it's a creature. You can't equip a creature. He's like, oh, really? Yep. Oh, so, and you can do that every turn? Yep, I can do that every turn. And I'm going to, since you have Grease and Starn. What else didn't work? Not much, because it didn't really, that was funny. That was really funny. I like that. I shot the sheriff twice last night. She is better than I thought. I thought I would take her out because she costs so much to activate. In practice, week before last, she worked out a lot better than I expected. So she stays. Didn't really get much. Black Market, that got killed pretty quickly, as I expected. So the next thing to come out will be Black Market, because it's just a magnet for removal. Although it is such a magnet for removal, if they destroy this with a destroy artifact or enchantment effect, that means that there's one less that can target Karn, one less that can target Cauldron of Souls, one less that can target the things that really matter to me. This doesn't really matter to me. So maybe for that it's worth it. Do I have... I wish I had gotten him in play last night. Oh, that would have been fantastic. I killed a lot of things, but I didn't get him in play. Do I have a Living Death in here? Last night, I really wanted to draw Living Death, and then I started thinking, do I have it in this deck? Is that the foil one? Did I put the foil one in? I better do that now. If I didn't, I better check. Sudden Spoiling. I don't have a Living Death in here. So that's the next thing I'll change, is get a Living Death. Nope, that's not the foil one. The foil one is in here. So let's switch to Poacher. And this is kind of a crap common from Aurelia. Reason she's in here is to, okay, you're going to go my creature? Okay, I'll gain life equal to its toughness, and I'll get a card. So she's in here as part of the incremental life gain suite. Decent toughness, 2/4. Just kind of an extra effect. Get the dust out of the sleeve. So there we go, there's the foil one. So next change for Horobi is to get a Living Death and put Living Death in here, because I think I could, well, I know I could really use it. And I'll replace that with Living Death, because I don't know, that doesn't... Yeah, if I kill everything with Colon Souls and Horobi, and I've got 5 mana to get all those creatures and playing under my control, that could be interesting, but then it's really begging for a board wipe. Harvester's Souls, no Priest of Living. I saw her in action on Arena. That's one of the reasons she's in here. Is on Arena she worked pretty damn good. So here, same thing. Alright, so I need to get a Living Death, drop that into Horobi. Not completely sold what I'm going to take out. You can see I've got a lot of high CMC things. The deck lives around CMC 5 average. It's pretty high. But the idea is if I can kill everything, it's not too much of a problem. So anyway, those are the changes for today. Let's get a nice group photo for the thumbnail. Let's get my thumb out of the thumbnail. How's that for group photo? Let's put him there. There we go.